to be installing a power steering cooler to my 2008 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. I used Dorman part number 918-301 that I purchased off Amazon for approximately $60. Alright, go ahead and remove this line right here off the top of your steering gearbox. It's an 18 millimeter. And then once you got it removed, take this line right here off with a pair of pliers. That's the same line. Because what we're going to do, we're going to come out of the steering gearbox with this line. We're going to cut this right here, and we're going to add the line that goes to the power steering cooler. So this will be our intercooler, and then we're going to come out of our power steering cooler and go back into the power steering pump at this location right here. I went ahead and cut this piece right here with a Dremel. I'm going to pry it off with a screwdriver or something. I just used a big screwdriver to pry it apart, and it slid right off easy. Here's a quick tip when installing these lines. I see a lot of people on YouTube using flathead screwdrivers, Phillips head screwdrivers to tighten down their clamps here. Use a nut driver or a socket, and it will less likelihood of sliding off and punching a hole in your hand or punching a hole in something on your truck. Alright, so I went ahead and got this mounted. Just remove that 10 millimeter bolt right there, and mounts right there. Also, there's another hole here, factory hole, to put another bolt. I'm going to go ahead and order that bolt. I didn't order it when I ordered this. I'll just put a zip tie in there for now, and when that bolt comes in, I'll install it. As you can see, I just had to bend that slightly just to get around the edge of that intercooler. The end that had the like 45-degree bend there, I went ahead and connected it over there. And the other end I connected there to the power steering pump. I wound up cutting about 5 inches off that one. It was just a little longer than I wanted it to be. I didn't want all that slack. But it just goes through right there. Simple job. I found a bolt that would fit in that hole. Didn't have to use the zip tie temporarily. Plenty of clearance down there. I'm going to be upgrading my power steering lines that go from the pump to the Hydro Boost and the Hydro Boost down to the steering gearbox. This is what the line looks like. This one right here is going to go on the line that goes to the gearbox. I've already installed the one for the power steering pump to the Hydro Boost. So you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here. To remove them, just take them apart on both ends, and there's the one that goes to the steering gear box has a little bracket that holds it to the frame down there. You'll see it. It's got a 13 millimeter bolt on it. Just take that loose, remove the line. The line down here on the gearbox has a 18 millimeter socket on it. You'll need an 18 millimeter to remove it. This one here on the Hydro Boost is 16 millimeter. Alright, here's the line off the truck. There's the hold down bracket that has the 13 millimeter bolt that holds it down to the frame. So how I'm going to do this, you can either take a hacksaw, a sawzall, or like a Dremel or something, and cut them right here behind these flanges on both ends, and then take and clean this up, blow it out with the air compressor, and then you slide these pieces into here and then tighten these up on both ends. It's really fairly easy. And see, the problem is with these, they may not be leaking now, but eventually these right here will start leaking. You have to replace this line, and there's no telling how many miles you're going to get on them before they start leaking. And if you've had your Duramax long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this right here, I'm doing this to try to eliminate the issue of having to frequently replace these, or you know, maybe you won't have to replace them, but you know, I've replaced this one time before, and I just decided the other one was leaking that I replaced already, and I just decided to go ahead and do this right here so I don't never have to take them out again. That's my goal anyway. Okay, so I decided to use my battery powered Sawzall, which is how I did the other line. After you get them cut off, you could take a deburring tool and deburr the edges on both ends of these, and then just blow them out real good from this end, and put the air in this side, and then blow out this way. So if any small metal particles got in there, you know, you can blow them out of the pipe before you install your new hydraulic hose. So also I took my Dremel and I cleaned up the little burrs around the outside, and just made it smoother and made it look a little bit nicer and neater. Made it quick and easy, the Dremel tool did. So now I'm just going to take them over to the air compressor and blow them out. I went ahead and mounted the new high pressure hydraulic line to the metal line that goes down to the gearbox. Used 11/16 and a 5/8, and make sure you get these tight if you decide to do this. I'm going to go ahead and mount this hard line to the Hydro Boost, and then connect the other end once I get it mounted up. Alright, so here we go. I got the hard line mounted back on the steering gearbox. It will make things a whole lot easier if you remove this line to do it. That's what I had to do. Then your bracket mounts right there, right near the engine mount on the frame. And then so what I did, routed it up through there. So here's my line now. I'm going to take my 2 wrenches and install it right here on this hard line that I've already mounted back on the Hydro Boost. Get everything tightened down. Go ahead and top off your power steering reservoir, and go ahead and bleed the system by steering your tires left to right or lock to lock, and keep a check on it for a couple days. Make sure you don't have any leaks or need to top off the reservoir.